Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore one last time. It's the last dance, the final round of Season 8 Hardcore mode, the final time we will be on this game. And I know I'm 2 hours late. I apologise profusely for that, but we are here and we are ready to go to Abu Dhabi. So yeah, I've been saying all week we'll be going live at 7, and then we go live 2 hours late. Honestly, I've been sleeping so badly this last week or so, especially in the last few days with the heat, and I couldn't sleep at all last night, and I finally fell asleep sometime after midday, I think, and I forgot to set an alarm as a backup just in case, and I just woke up about 5-10 minutes ago. So I am very, very sorry. But we are here, ready for the final round, our final go on this game. So, a quick overview of the situation. Donna is the World Drivers' Champion. We have already achieved that, as you can see. And Embry has a chance of finishing in second place in the Drivers' Championship. She is just 8 points behind Max Verstappen, and a good result tonight will ensure that she can make it a 1-2 in the drivers' standings. As far as the constructors go, we are constructors champions. As you can see, we have a very, very healthy lead there of 106 points with just 45 points available. So let's see. Weather is fine, as you would expect. I doubt anyone's bought any upgrades. Nope, still the same. Okay. Let me check my spare parts, just to make sure I've got enough parts to actually do this race. So, no spare underfloors. I've actually got 3 suspensions. Okay, so we can actually go ahead, put that suspension back on Donna's car. We've now got a spare. Side pods, we're fine. Rear wings, don't have a spare rear wing. We'll be okay. Front wings, do have a spare front wing, and no spare chassis. Alright, so, if we damage the car before qualifying, then we will be dropping the spec of Donna's car and keeping Embry with the highest spec possible to give her the best possible chance of beating Max in the standings. But other than that, fingers crossed, we'll be absolutely fine. How you doing, Wayne? How you doing, Mike? Good to see you guys. Hello to everyone else out there as well. Right. Targets for tonight. Very much going to be playing the rear gunner role with Donna tonight. They're going to be putting everything on Embry, trying to make sure she can achieve the win tonight. So, 1 car in Q2 is the incentive. I'm almost insulted that it's just that easy. We are going to go 2 in the top 8. And both cars in Q3. Fastest lap is the incentive. We are going to go for 2 in the top 5. And then we can finish both of our streaks tonight here as well. The finish position streak, 2 in the top 10 for 3 races, and quali streak, 2 in the top 8 for 2 races. So, we are ready to head to Abu Dhabi.
The season draws to a close here with the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. A long season has led us around the world over all this year's races to get here. The last chance to settle the season in the final round. with a man-made Yaz Island plays host to hotels, leisure parks, and just over 3 miles of Grand Prix circuit. The race runs from day to night every year with 600 million lumens of floodlights paving the way once the sun sets.
Aston Martin currently leads the Constructors' Championship. And those crucial Constructors' Championship points are what the teams have fought so hard for.
Let's get this underway.
Right. Car parts. Put in the practice parts. Just want to make sure, because we don't have amazing spec or amazing main parts left. So I want to preserve those for the race. Normally we don't bother changing them on the final race of the season, but in this situation, yeah, I do want to try and make sure I've got enough performance left in the car. There we go. Do not have a great engine for Embry. Don't have the money for... you know what? We could smash the cost cap. We could. I will consider putting in brand new everything. Or at least a brand new powertrain. It does mean we'll be starting from the further back and then having to find our way through. We'll see how we do in practice. We'll see the state of the cars that we're up against, Max in particular. In terms of their powertrains, I may just go to hell with the cost cap and spend some of that cash that we have in our bank account. Right, setups. This track always throws up the most obscure random setups. I'm gonna go with that. Go with that. And let's send them out.
Track is green, track is green.
Evening there, Big B.
You can hear me, yeah?
Mike says, I smashed it this season. Well, yeah, we've taken advantage of the fact that the AI has really eased off on upgrades this year because of the massive regulation changes coming into effect next season, which obviously we're not going to be here for, so we just went, screw it, no research this year. It was a tricky start to the season, but we started to pick up steam, and when we got on a roll, we never really stopped. So this is the end of season 8 of Hardcore, but we also have those 2.5 seasons that we did prior to the difficulty patch being released as well, where we did 2 seasons with Mercedes, and then moved to McLaren for half a season. 10.5 seasons. That's a lot. Yeah, we've been at this for a while on this game, and we've had missed moments as well. My health has prevented me from streaming for a while, so we could have done more. We could have done maybe 11 seasons total, but I'm very proud of the journey we've been on with this Hardcore series. Starting with AlphaTauri, rookie drivers. Oh wow, 22%. That is terrible. So yeah, starting with who did we start with? We started with Lawson, and did we start with Yuki? No. No, Schumacher. No. Not Schumacher. Did we run Yuki in the first season? I honestly cannot remember. I think we did. I think we ran Yuki and Lawson because at the end of season 1, we signed Oscar Piastri from Mercedes, and I think Yuki went in the opposite direction. Not from Mercedes, sorry, from McLaren. And I think Yuki went in the opposite direction. So I think, yeah, we had Tsunoda, I think, in that first year. I think.
How's the balance?
And then, as I say, at the end of season 1, we signed Piastri. And then we signed Schumacher halfway through season 2. Or did we sign Schumacher at season 1? My memory is just terrible. But we had Schumacher and Piastri. It was our main driver lineup for quite some time. And we chased. I remember how amazing it felt to get that first podium at Baku, that first win. We got not just a podium, but we got a double podium. We got Schumacher and Piastri on the podium there. That was a hell of a Grand Prix. And from there, we didn't really do much else that season. The year after, we came back to Baku, and we got another win at Baku, again with Oscar. And then we got a second win that year at Vegas. So that was in season 3. Season 4 was the year after the first big regulation changes, and we had a pretty decent season. We built the car quite nicely. Season 5, we pushed on even more. Season 5, we challenged, we chased, and we prodded and harried Red Bull, and we got them at the end. We got the drivers and constructors championships in season 5, and then we immediately turned around and left the team at the end of that year, and we went to Alfa Romeo for season 6, and we'd been building up Ollie Behrman as a reserve driver at AlphaTauri, and we brought him with us, and we got rid of, I think, Bashaw, who was partnered up with Hajar. We got rid of him. And brought Behrman across. And Behrman won the World Championship in his first season. It went right down to the very wire, just like it kind of had done the season before. It went right to the death. But we managed to win the world title, which was awesome. And we got the Constructors' Championship as well, in a race that for so long of it, we looked dead and buried. It looked like it wasn't going to happen. And then, all of a sudden, there we were. Trying to find... what I believe to be a good balance and still affect the rear wing. Have to go with something like that, I think. And then we decided to move to Aston at the end of season 6. And we decided to go with an all-women's driver lineup. And initially the plan was to go with female staff as well, but that just turned out not really feasible. So we just went with an all-female driver lineup. We couldn't quite get the drivers that I wanted at the beginning, so we hired Carmen Jimenez for all of 2-3 races, and then immediately binned her, and she's never been seen from again. Just so that we could get Embry. From, ironically, AlphaTauri. And then I spent, the end of the season wondering, should I have actually bothered doing that? Should I just put Anne, my reserve driver, in the car? And we very much started this season umming and ahhing about whether or not Embry was going to keep her job. And second half of this year, she has been much, much better. She's been superb. The odd mistake here and there, which I have grumbled and moaned about, but she has been much more consistent in the second half of the season, as her overall rating has gone up and as her skills have improved. As is evidenced by the fact that she's now just 8 points behind Max Verstappen in the Drivers' Championship, with a chance to finish in second. So I think we definitely made the right decision to stick with her in the end. Evening, Victor. You never stop believing in Embry. Oh dear. Embry has been brilliant this season. Well, she wasn't at the start, if you remember. At the start of the season, I was so close to pulling the trigger on getting rid of her. She was just making so many mistakes. But from, I think, around Austria onwards, she started to settle down to a point where she was proving that she was adding value to the team. And
quick feedback.
And yeah, she's been amazing in the second half of the season. 64% is a nice improvement, but it's still nowhere near what it needs to be. F4 Manager 24 is out in a few days. Yep. Should start pre-installing either tomorrow night or first thing Monday. Right, painting a much clearer picture of where everything needs to be. It'll have to be a 6. I think that is close. I don't think it's quite there. That's not enough of a gap on the rear wing, I don't think. We'll try that. We'll see if that will at least narrow things down a bit. Oh, reminder, by the way, I'd say reminder, request, please don't talk about Hungary. Obviously, been asleep this afternoon, have not seen anything today, Formula One news-wise. So I'm happy to discuss general transfer talk. If there's transfer news, please do share that. Please do not share results of qualifying. I will be watching the highlights later tonight.
How's the balance? How's the balance?
Qualifying happened. Yes. Thank you, Dino. So someone said, what are my thoughts on Checo? Victor said, my thoughts on Checo. Has there been a development in Checo's situation? Or are you just asking for general thoughts about what I think about Checo's situation? If he had a really, really bad qualifying, you're okay to tell me that. Just don't tell me what happened in the top 10. Or if any big names got eliminated early. General thoughts on what Red Bull should do. He had a bad qualifying again. Well, I mean, I was talking about this for a bit last night. I don't know if you were here for that or not, Victor. Just my general thoughts on the situation with Checo. It's a situation of Red Bull's own making. It's kind of weird that they didn't really have faith in Checo, but he had a very strong start to the season. And so they offered him a new contract, a 1-year contract, which he said he wasn't happy with. He wanted a 2-year deal. And I believe they changed the offer to a 1+1, a 1-year deal with the option to then extend it for an extra season. I have no doubt that there are performance clauses of some kind in there. Whether they relate to points gaps to Max or at various points of the season or not, I don't know. That's a speculation, but there will undoubtedly be some kind of performance clauses in his contract. But they had the opportunity to get rid of him because they went through this whole thing with him last year where he had a good start to the season, got a contract extension of 1 year, and immediately fell off the boil and just disappeared down a black hole of lack of form, hardly to be seen again for the rest of the season. And exactly the same situation has happened here tonight, this year. And they have a very quick, promising driver in Yuki Tsunoda, who probably doesn't get the credit he deserves this year. He has matured as a driver. He's not quite as crash happy as he was in his first season. He's very consistent now. He's a lot more consistent now. He's young, but they clearly don't have faith in him because they didn't even consider calling him up to replace Perez. The driver that they did want to call up to replace Perez was Daniel Ricciardo, who is being outperformed by Yuki Tsunoda this season. So that kind of means that we're not likely to see that happen. And, maybe they go with Lawson. But we've seen what happens when you throw a young, inexperienced driver in alongside Max Verstappen with Pierre Gasly and with Alex Albon. It harms both of their careers. And while I'm sure Lawson would perform admirably, I do think it would have a knock-on effect. After a period of time, there would be that mounting pressure from management to start performing better, get closer to Max. You need to keep doing this. And it's just, I've said many times in the past couple of years that the Red Bull Young Driver program is becoming a death sentence for F1 careers. Or F1 career prospects. And I haven't really changed my opinion on that. So, I think it's time for Checo to go. He's been in the sport now a very long time. I think it is time to make way for another driver. I don't think it should be Ricciardo. I love Ricciardo, but I think his time on the grid is coming to an end as well. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see a change where it becomes Lawson at Red Bull and Hajar at AlphaTauri. Sorry, VCARB. Yeah. I don't know. But I think Checo's on borrowed time now. I think it's highly likely that they might find a way to get rid of him at some point. Max has a penalty. Does this mean he's running new parts tonight? Let's have a look. He is. He's running a new ERS. Got a very strong engine, good gearbox. We might have to take a penalty tonight. He was the quickest on mediums. Right. So we're getting some feedback there. That is going to have to be a 1-9. Let's go with that. Let's go with 30 laps of fuel. We're going to go with mediums in this session. Go. Let's take a look at Embry's car. It's not quite there. Make a couple of little tweaks. not far away. Did I do that with Donna? Yes, I did. All right, sending them out. How you doing, Jeremy? You honestly don't know who they can bring in now. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to find someone who's close to Max in terms of performance, but not close enough that it unsettles Max. And that is an incredibly difficult thing to do because Max is so good that anyone who is good enough to be close to Max is going to be good enough to challenge Max, which is what they don't want, or it's certainly what Max doesn't want.
There's a car
So,
on the wall. Just take every precaution.
Yeah. Behrman's crashed. Behrman is out. That's a shame. I don't know who there is.
The road stage car looks to be for debris. Drive to the Delta. VSC ending.
Of course, until the end of till the end of the season, then Sainz for next. Yep, no, Sainz almost certainly isn't going to end up at Red Bull. I think just simply because of the friction between Carlos Sainz Senior and Jos Verstappen. I think that would create too much disharmony in the garage. And let's face it, Red Bull have enough turmoil going on with the power struggle that's going on at Red Bull in terms of Horner versus Verstappen versus Jos Verstappen versus Helmut Marko and so on and so forth. So the last thing they need is to antagonise that whole structure even further. Right, we're at 96% for Donna. That is much, much better. Not quite where it needs to be, but it's a huge improvement. I'm going to call her in. See if we can get those tweaks done. And then let her run for the rest of the session.
Can I have an update, please?
92% for Embry. Again, big improvement. Not quite where it needs to be, so we'll call her in as well. Look at that. So close. So close. Let's go with that. Let's see if that does it. Let's take a little bit of fuel out. We'll go down to, let's see, 25 laps of fuel. Dino, I'll have a look at your comment in a second. It looks like a long one to read. That needs to be a 3.7. Pull that back in. That's too much. Can't correct that back enough. Unless I go low. That might do it. That is close. No, it's very close. We'll try that. Might have broken the front wing there, actually. looks a little bit better. Yeah, we'll try that. Again, we'll drop the fuel down to 25 laps, send them out, and then I'll read Dino's dissertation. Alright, so let's have a look. There's something wrong with Red Bull and that seat. Neither a young driver, Albon or Gasly, or an experienced driver, Perez, has been able to thrive. I don't know if it's the politics or environment, etc. I think it's a combination of everything. I think the car has been developed in such a way that it really favors Max, intentionally or not. You know, the car performs in a very specific way that Max is able to overcome and even thrive with, and other drivers have to seriously adapt their style to compensate. And you know, and when you have young drivers who are inexperienced being thrown into a high pressure environment like that, where results are demanded, then, you know, that pressure build-up on that driver becomes very intense very quickly, which leads to a drop in performance more often than not. There are some drivers who will thrive under those kind of situations, but they are very rare. And likewise, with an older, more experienced driver, they are they've become very set in their ways in how they drive. You know, it becomes much harder for them to adapt their driving style because they've spent their whole career driving a particular way, and now they have to unlearn everything they know to learn a whole new way to approach that particular car. So yeah, it's the price you pay for having a talent like Max, who's able to do things with a car that most other people could never ever even come close to doing in terms of performance. You have a driver who can take a car that responds with very aggressive characteristics and control that with relative ease. No one else is going to do that. It was Ricciardo's undoing at McLaren. Yeah, Ricciardo actually had a similar kind of driving style to Max, and it worked for him when he was at Red Bull, obviously, and then it worked for him at Renault, but the car performance wasn't there. And then he went to McLaren, and he had to completely try and change the way he drove the car, and he couldn't get it in his head, couldn't work it out, and it was a disastrous 2 years for him.
How is the balance, please?
There we go. Donna's car exactly where it needs to be. Now she's got a lot of work to do with track knowledge. Let's see about Embry. There we go. We've got her car where it needs to be as well. Excellent stuff. So we can just focus on letting them learn the track now. hard part is done.
Okay, we take the flag.
Isaac looking quick. Isaac looking very quick. All right, 68 and 72%. That's pretty good. That means a slightly extended run on the soft tyres is all we need to do. Let's slap those on. Put an extra lap in because she's a couple of percent further back. And we'll send her out.
Track should be green.
Right. Plug my phone in. Can't wait for the Wi-Fi extender to arrive on Monday. Phone's been dropping out so much this last week or so. Been driving me nuts. I have to have my phone in a very, very specific position just to get it to connect to the Wi-Fi. And if it deviates from that, or if the signal just gets a little iffy for a moment, it can take an eternity to get it to reconnect. Could have gone with one of those cheap, like, wall plug things, but I needed something that had decent Ethernet ports on the back as well, so that I could then hardwire the console and hardwire my TV and have a spare port for maybe the PS4. And, you know, or just something else. If I ever need something else, I can unplug the PS4 and put that in instead. So that kind of ruled out the TP-Link plug-in thing. So I've had to go with a Netgear unit. It's 80 quid. Not the cheapest thing. But it does exactly what I need it to do. So, yeah. Can't wait for that to arrive. Should make my life so much more bearable in terms of trying to use the Wi-Fi. Oh, will I catch Embry in time? I don't need to. Okay. I wasn't paying attention. So now Donna's going to do the extra lap that we gave her the fuel for. She's now at 100% as well. Judged that absolutely perfectly. 25 and 26 laps. Beautiful stuff. We are done. Practice for this game is done. Now we have one final quali to go. And I'm going to throw a new engine into both cars. Cost can't be damned. I mean, we are going to start further down the order than where we qualify, thanks to penalties. but we are definitely underpowered in relation to Max. We've got a 65% engine available for Embry and a 60, maybe 50% engine for Donna. It's not a great engine. Right, time to prep for quali.
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
Drivers are able to defend well during races at Abu Dhabi, preventing rivals from gaining easy positions. Setting a good grid position during qualifying is fundamental as a result. Actually, if you look at both teammates, there's really not a lot between them, but all drivers are competitive and they'll be keen to be the team's standout performer.
Stay with us as we see who can deliver on motorsport's biggest stage.
So let's have a look at how good the parts we've got actually are. Oh, 71%. Okay, so we might stick with that for Donna. Means Embry's going to have to work really hard if we put a new engine in her car. ERS will be fine, gearbox will be fine. Right. That's it, 65%. It's not a great engine. 55% on the ERS, that's 15% of wiggle room there. And gearbox is fine. It's just not a great engine. Let's see how we qualify. If we don't have the pace in qualifying, we might have to put a new engine in Embry's car. But I think we'll leave Donna where she is to try and control the pace at the front and maybe act as a roadblock at times to slow the pace down a bit and give Embry a chance to catch up. We have got new tyres, fuel for one lap. Let's send them to the track.
Track should be green now.
Belijax is sneaking out behind us, looking for a slipstream of his own. You know, I remember when this circuit was first unveiled, and everyone was like, "Oh, wow, that's so cool!" with the tunnel. And then there was the inevitable, "What if someone crashes exiting the pits in the tunnel?"
You can bring the tyre in.
And it's never happened. Never even looked like it's going to happen. Evening, Army. You didn't get the notification. That's fine. I'm 2 hours late as it was. I was supposed to start at 7. I ended up starting at 9. Someone has spun on their outlap. That's got to be for sure.
Got a yellow flag.
It is. It is for sure.
Well, things are okay at this stage.
Whoops.
And the rear just lets go.
He was hardly moving. How am I? Tired, but apart from that, generally good.
position is good now. Charge your last corner.
Track clear.
And then 2010 race happened with Alonso stuck behind Petrov. Yeah, that was... I mean, that Ferrari had no right to challenge for the title that year. It was purely a testament to Alonso's skill that the car was in the position it was at the end of the season, because it certainly did not deserve it. Same in 2012 as well. It was Alonso that made that title fight a reality because the car performance was dog shit. Right, so very close in the first sector, less than a hundredth. No, less than a tenth between them. Middle sector, couple of tenths and a half in Embre's favour, so it's pretty close, about half a tenth between them, I think. And there we go. That puts Embre top by tenth and a half. In the end, she was, yeah, almost a tenth quicker in the final sector. And we absolutely obliterated Bashir's time. He will have hurt his confidence and maybe his tyres with that spin, which is why he's so far off the pace. Plus, he's driving a Haas, and he hasn't even looked like troubling the points at any point this year. Belajac 6/10 back. It's a little bit more consistent. Let's look for Max. There he is. He's going to give a really nice slipstream to Albon here. But this circuit was bland and boring for so long. I mean, the changes that they made were definitely needed. You know, replacing the Mickey Mouse double chicane at the end of this section here with this banked curve, changing the start to lap turn 5. Oh, has Max been held up? Max get held up by the Mercedes there? Or is this just a really strong slipstream from Albon? I think it's a combination of both. Let's see what Max does across the line. Yeah, he got held up. Maybe not by much, but he got held up a little bit. He should be quicker than Zhou. So, I think we're good. I don't think we need to go again. And here is Max going out again, and this time he's got Porsche looking to get a slipstream off the back of him. F1 used to have an obsession with chicanes. Well, it was partly to create overtaking opportunities, but let's not forget that a lot of circuits started putting chicanes in for safety reasons after Imola in '94. To try and reduce, cornering speeds, and just provide a little bit of a break in extremely fast sections to A, create a little bit of drama, but B, also for safety reasons, so that we wouldn't have another Ratzenberger and Senna situation. Been less of a need on the newer constructed tracks because they've been able to build. Oh, there we go. That's a quick time for Max. That's a very quick time for Max. Been less of a need for that with the new tracks because they've been able to build those with large runoff areas. But the older tracks with shorter, narrower runoff areas, they couldn't really do much with the layout, so they had to kind of break things up with chicanes to reduce the speed and prevent those situations where drivers would just go straight into a concrete wall at ridiculous speeds. So Max is definitely through. Leclerc is last right now. What did I miss there? So a real pressure lap needed now from Charles Leclerc. He's 2.5 seconds off the pace nearly. He must have been really badly held up. Can he pull it out? Stroll's in danger for sure. He's going to get eliminated. That's pretty much a given. Sainz in danger. Ocon in danger. Very brief little tow from the McLaren there. Stroll improves. Stroll is up to 14th, so he's currently safe. Maloney now in jeopardy of dropping in. Tsunoda's dropped into the elimination zone and immediately gets out. Goes up to a P11. Now Maloney's out. Stroll is at jeopardy again. Shaw is out, no surprise there. So far it's been a nice clean lap for Charles, but he might get a little bit of traffic at the end here. The Ferraris are just in front of him on their way back to the pits. Now they're going to slow him down in the final sector. No, he's going to get away with it. He's going to be fine. So a clean lap coming. And Leclerc goes third. Good lap from him when he really needed it. Maloney drops into the drop zone. Norris now eliminated.
We're okay. Good job.
Sainz, where did Sainz go? 6th. Wow. So we're saying goodbye to both past drivers. No surprise there. Both McLarens. Kind of a little surprising to see both of them out, but not surprising to see at least one of them out. And Stroll is out as well. Dramatic end to the first qualifying session there. get out nice and early.
I want to see good work on your tires.
You can bring the tyre in.
Only Piastri on track with us at the moment. I'm waiting for the inevitable outpouring of traffic in front of us as we get closer to the start of our flying lap. Evening, Antonio. Need a bit of
We
advice
have a big gap in front of us.
on season 3, and you say that no matter who you are, they always find a way,
And there'll be
put
no
you
one
into
ahead.
debt, and then sack you, even when you win both as champion. Are you buying a lot of spare parts? Are you spending a huge amount of money in development? You know, you might need to ease that down a bit. Evening, George. It's like the game automatically breaks engines and gearboxes. Depends on what your driver lineup is, how hard you're pushing. You know, the longer you spend at a sustained level of push, the more likely you are to have an incident where they spin off into a barrier. You know,
Make sure you
good
stay
lap for
negative
Embry there.
on your way. We're coming in.
Should be good enough.
And we're box this lap, cool the car.
Ooh, that's a quick lap from Oscar. Again, we're not where we need to be pace-wise. I think we might need new engines tonight. I mean, if you're spending a lot of money by cranking out part after part after part, and then building multiple parts, and then having to buy new engines and gearboxes and ERS units on the top of that as well, that can be rough. One thing that really makes things easier is having the rule change pop up where you get an extra gearbox engine and ERS. So you go from 3 engines, 2 ERS and 4 gearboxes to 4, 3 and 5. That makes a big difference. Evening, Daniel. Are you swapping out practice parts? Are you putting old engine parts in for practice sessions and then putting the good stuff back in for qualifying and racing? Or are you just running the engines till they die? Prediction for the race tomorrow. Don't know, haven't seen qualifying. Don't want to know. Going to be looking at the highlights afterwards. Oh, wow. So, Leclerc was the lead Red Bull there. They both went out 1-2. Leclerc went quicker than us, as did George Russell. And Max with the slipstream. Yeah, we need new engines if we're going to beat Max tonight, I think. We also need new tyres for another run. So yeah, I don't have a prediction for tomorrow's race because I'm yet to see how qualifying went. And as I say, I do not want to know because I will be watching the highlights later tonight after the stream. Just waiting for Piastri to get through. There he goes. Ah, shit, got them the wrong way around. Actually, no, I suppose I don't, but there is a risk that they're going to swap over anyway. Yeah, she does.
We need good work on brakes and tires on your way out.
Right, into the final 3 minutes. Starting to see some other cars piling out as well. We've got Gasly out behind us on track. Not long until F1 Manager 24. Yep, just a couple of days to go. Comes out on Tuesday.
Big gap, big gap. Charge your flask now.
Shouldn't be anyone in front that will back you up.
Shouldn't be, but they may well be. Wow, both drivers kind of dropping down a bit more. Am I getting it on disc or digital? I'm digital. With the amount of hours I'm going to be putting into that game, I don't want to buy a disc because I'll just burn out the disc drive. All right, no improvement for Embry in the first. Donna has improved. I think Embry's too far back to get the slipstream. Nearly gets a little hold up from the Ferrari there. Embry is safe at the moment. Donna's the one who needs the performance. She has found more in the middle. Embry has found a little bit more as well. Here comes Donna up to the line. She improves up to 6th place.
We are currently P6.
Embry goes P2. She gets a really nice final sector there.
Charge on in box. Charge on in box.
Still a long way off the back of Max, who had that slipstream run, but she did go quicker than Charles. Are we safe? There's only 2 cars below Donna, so yes, that are still on the flying lap. So we are safe. We know who's getting eliminated as well. It's Porsche, Hajar, Sainz, Belichaks, and Sonoda. So we can whiz through the last few seconds. You hope they add the transfer of Lewis to Ferrari. I think that is hard-coded in. But we shall know for definite, in a few days. Is this going to be my last race? It is my last race on F1 Manager 23. Obviously, we will be starting fresh next week on F1 24.
Track is green.
So yeah, after tonight, this is it for F1 Manager 23 on the channel.
Front tires.
We'll be getting deleted off the hard drive in a couple of days. Can I do Road to Glory on F1 Manager 24? What do you mean by Road to Glory? I mean, as a concept, everyone's going to be doing that. As a name, I hate that name because it's just been overused. It has no real value anymore. Just everyone's like, oh, Williams Road to Glory, Aston Martin Road to Glory. It's always whatever team and Road to Glory, and it just doesn't mean anything anymore. But yeah, I mean, we'll be starting with a very small team and looking to take them all the way to the top. We'll be creating our very own small team and taking them all the way to the top. It will be potentially a long time to get there. Lowest possible settings,
Track is clear.
smallest budget, worst engine, etc. And rookie drivers in season 1. And then we'll gradually progress up the order. But I certainly won't be calling it Road to Glory because it's, as I say, I think it's a very lazy title. So Donna's on for a really strong slipstream behind Joe here. Embry is just kind of hanging on. She's going to start losing more time now. There we go. She's lost tenth and a bit in the middle sector after being very close in the first as the gap has opened up. This is okay though. Oh no, don't hit the barrier. Don't hit the barrier.
This is what happened. Here we are then looking at turn 12. And that's the moment they lose it. And I wonder, could they have done anything about that?
Well, at least it's on scrub tyres, so it's not going to be a great first run for Embry, but it's also going to hurt her confidence, as you can see. Donna's going to go top. But it's not a great time, I don't think. Because again, scrub tyres. And there is the difference in confidence.
Drive to the Delta. And we are boxes lap.
4 seconds off the pace. Max has set the pace. .21.0. We are going out on better tyres, but they're not new.
The brakes now. Make sure you give us a couple of good braking.
So we're not going to have the ultimate tyre performance, but I'm saving those for the Grand Prix. We are going to go with a two-stop, soft, medium, soft. Can we get Embry on pole? The last thing we need is for Max to take the pole position bonus point tonight.
A little bit of traffic. Charge your place corner.
Track clear.
All right then, pressure lap. No improvement in the first, but very close to Embry's time. Not expecting an improvement from Donna here. Have gone purple with Embry in the middle. Going to come down to this final sector. She doesn't lock up and spin. That's an improvement already. How strong is this final sector going to be? Not strong enough. She goes P2. Damn it, I need somebody else to take that bonus point away from Max. We tried. I think it's clear we are going to need that extra grunt, that extra horsepower. Question now becomes, can we at least hang on to second and third? Or is anyone else going to pip us? No improvement for George in the first sector. Max is starting his flying lap. Now Charles Leclerc is as well. And there goes Behrman across the line to start his lap. And Piastri. is in the pits. Charles Leclerc has just gone purple in the first sector. Oh, that's not good. Russell's not going to improve. Let's switch our attention to Leclerc. No improvement from Max. Is he going to knock us off the front row? I think he might. Oh, he couldn't take pole from Max, damn it. So Max gets a bonus point, so he's now 9 points ahead of us. So a win and a fastest lap will not be enough for Embry to guarantee that she wins the battle with Max for second place. So I think Max has more wins. Oh my word, Alex Albon jumps in front of us. He got a slipstream behind Joe and he pops it up to third without a fourth and fifth. Oh boy, that puts the pressure on.
Well, there's nothing quite like it. Welcome along to race day.
Gas Marina has played host to a fair few title-deciding races, such as 2016 when Lewis Hamilton secured the top podium spot, only for Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg to claim second and secure his maiden World Championship.
Now, Karun, how do you think Aston Martin's driver is going to be feeling ahead of this race?
I think it's really great to see them performing at this level, well above what we'd expected. They must be feeling good.
And teams will have to make tough, split-second decisions here if they're going to succeed. An exhilarating race lies ahead of us with the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Right. Trying to see if I can actually... No, I can't pull up driver information. I want to see how many wins Max has got over Embry. I have to do that during the Grand Prix itself. I'm going to have to make a decision. Do I want to stick in new engines? And based on our pace, I think the answer has to be yes. Definitely for Embry. And I've done it for Donna as well, so the two of them can try and work together. We just don't have the pace against the Red Bulls tonight. We're down on power. That will help. Right. There is our strategy. We're going to be near the back of the grid, so 10 place penalty for each driver. Going to be down on where we should be, which is why I'm not pushing the battery on the first lap or the tyres. We will look to punch our way through after the first couple of laps, and then the upside is that we have a real chance of getting some big confidence in the cars pretty quickly. Can we do a position guarantee tonight? No, we can't. Because it's still showing us as 4th and 3rd, even though we're putting new engines in. Should have done that in qualifying, really. But I wanted to see how well we could do without the engines. All right. For one final time on F1 Manager 23, let's send them to the grid.
Only 58 laps stand between the drivers and the checkered flag here under the lights at the Marina circuit. Time for Oscar Piastri to show what he can do.
It's a second row start there in P4. The trick will be not to slip backwards because there are plenty looking to capitalise.
Here we go. It's time to go racing. Hold on tight. It's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
So Charles on pole.
And it's lights
Albon
out,
is in
and
P2.
away we go.
This is your race now.
We are 12th to 13th. Where is Max? 8th. So Max had a 10-place penalty, but of course, with us both dropping down 10 places each as well, that promoted him 2 more places. And Porsche got in front of Max, so Max out to 9th, but Max has the inside line going up to the first of these chicanes. Oh, what a lunge from Norris. He just took, what, 4 cars?
Now we can
Let's see where he came from.
Now the focus is on Lando Norris here.
He got past all 4 of us there. He was behind the Mercedes and just 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom.
Up to 12th and sniffing at those points places.
Places gained in 1 corner. What a move from Lando Norris. Oh God, and now Belichick's dive bombs us as well. Fastest lap for George Russell, who's moved up into 2nd place. When Lewis goes to Mercedes, do I think Bono will go with him? No. Bono is staying at Mercedes. Ricky is going to be Lewis's engineer. Right, let's have a look at tyres. So, only Zhou and Sainz are on the softs in front of us. Norris made that move with hard tyres. We've got Sonona and Belichick's also on the softs. Now we're going to turn on the batteries.
You've got everything, press on hold available. Can use the ice.
Max back up to 8th place.
So 20 P16.
Time for us to start hunting.
Cool the car. Okay, keep cooling the car now.
Yeah, nowhere to go. All right, we'll have to be a bit more patient with Donna. Embry's making some progress. George has moved into the lead, and the pair of them have dropped Alex Albon 2 seconds behind now. Max will be almost certainly getting past Gasly on this lap. Oh wow, that is a battery acceleration in front of us there from Belijac. What an acceleration. Wow. Oh, is that Max? It's Max. It's Max. Oh, that helps. That really helps. He was going for the move.
And the car fails to respond.
And then just goes straight on and has to sit and wait. Max at the back of the grid.
On can use the deploy. Can press overtake where possible to discharge the battery a little bit.
Embry's up to 10th now. And there is Max at the back of the grid. And that's hurt his tyres as well. Beautiful. So that messes up his strategy a little bit.
Cool the car.
VSC, I heard a shunt. Yeah, there we go. There's a car in the wall. That is Porsche. Porsche losing it into the barrier. All right, so we can save a little bit of life in the tyres. We can recharge the batteries. What happened
There's
to
a
Teo?
yellow flag now. Now this was at turn 1. Oh, that'll be a costly
Yeah,
crash
just
as the car
locked it
makes
up and
contact
straight
with the
in.
wall, and they'll have to pick themselves up after that. And clearly then, not what everyone in the garage would have wanted to see.
Yeah, very, very destroyed car there. So, we're 9th and 14th now. And Max down in 19th place. Definitely been favoured a little bit by the F1 gods in this race so far. Max's tyres down to 69%. So if he was thinking of going medium soft, which I think he probably was, he might now have to go medium soft. because of that extra life he's taken out those tyres. He's going to have to push to fight his way back up the order. So we're in a really good position right now. Our tyres are very healthy. Comfortably on track. And we've already got Embry into the points. So we're earning 2 points. So as things currently stand, we are going to finish 7 points behind Max Verstappen in the fight for second place in the standings with Embry here. But we can move her further forward. Her confidence level is pretty good, as you can see. And an overtake on Hajar could well put her into peak confidence. Donna's confidence has gone back to its starting level after dipping after a couple of early overtakes from the rest of the field. And now we can go on the attack again. And we can get a very quick overtake here on Belichak's.
You're going to push.
Time to push on these tyres.
Donna has a real opportunity just here.
Keep cooling the car.
Not quite close enough for the dive bomb. Embry's got sights all over the back of it. There we go, we are going to make that move. Oh! Sneaky move from Belichak's there.
Let's get back in the rhythm now.
Again, he just moves across and blocks us there. We'll get him up the inside here, though, surely. No, apparently not. I should have gone for the clean air just to guarantee it. Sainz has got through, so let's go into harvest mode.
And we can have recharge on.
Let's do the same here with Donna. Max is close up to the shore, no surprise there.
Charge on.
We don't need to win tonight's race. As long as we outscore Verstappen by enough points with Embry, that's all we need to do. But obviously, we want to win.
Overtake available. Cool the car, please.
And overtake.
This time I am going to toggle driving clean air. Make sure we do slot in alongside. There we go. Move complete. And we are back through on Sainz, but we have lost touch with Hajar, unfortunately.
Okay, on click overtake, please.
Norris is going to get swamped. And I think we got the DRS there. Yes, we did. Excellent stuff. That's Donna into peak confidence and through. We have now caught up to Hajar and Gasly, but we've killed our battery to do it. We've dragged Sainz along with us. 3 seconds back now is Donna.
And recharge on.
Just going to burn a little bit of extra tyre just in this first sector with Embry, just to make sure she doesn't lose ground on the run up to the DRS. There we go.
Let the tyres come back to
We
you.
might even have dropped Sainz. We did. We actually managed to drop Sainz, although he's got a good chance of getting back into the slipstream. Nope. Sainz has been dropped. Excellent news. So he will fall away from Embry here and drop towards the clutches of Donna and Tsunoda. Yuki goes through, so we'll save a bit more battery and retake that position on the next lap.
So let's take a look at the replay. This one is involving Yuki Tsunoda.
I'm not surprised that
And
overtake
they
happened.
squeezed
I'm not
by.
overly annoyed about it. I was kind of expecting it. We were so far back, and Tsunoda was close enough that he was going to get the DRS.
So
It was
recharge
just
on.
a matter of time. But it gives us that opportunity, as I say, to rebuild the battery.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Right, let's see. Max still stuck behind Vashaw at the moment. Tyres are down to 60%. He's having a look. He's just lacking a little bit of grip right now. And with Vashaw stubbornly clinging on to Maloney's DRS, that's making it harder in the DRS zones as well. All right. Let's go through. We've got past Gasly.
Press overtake.
Punch onto Hajar now, up to 8th place. That's 4 points. So we're now 5 behind Verstappen. Donna gets back past Tsunoda and is now close to Sainz.
On charger.
We are pushing on for Hajar, Piastri and Zhou. Max is still behind for sure. How far back is he now? He's 11 seconds behind Embry. Stroll is leading a train here, keeping everyone boxed up together. Working out beautifully for us.
Recharge on.
Charge on.
And recharge on is okay, please.
We got past Sainz, which I wasn't expecting, but he got the DRS, so we'll just stay tucked up for another lap.
Keep your head down.
Tyres haven't really been even close to overheating so far, which I'm really pleased about. I was a little concerned that we might melt these tyres a little bit in all the dirty air, but hasn't been a factor so far. And there you see, that's Behrman in third place. That's how close we are to a podium place. Try and jump Oscar here.
Overtake.
We're going to get that move done, so we'll go full deployment on the exit to try and stay ahead, and then close in on Gasly. There we go, we get past Piastri while we have the extra grip, because he's on hard tyres, so as our tyres wear out, he's going to become more of an issue. Embry now up to 7th place and in peak confidence. Connor held off Sainz in the second DRS zone and very close to the back of Gasly now. And Max is still stuck in 19th place. I am amazed by that. And we're going to stretch these tyres a little bit. We're 4 laps away from stopping with Embry. Probably going to go another 5 or 6 laps in total.
Ciao, John.
That will just give us more wiggle room on the mediums. Donna will probably box on schedule. So whereas we were going to stop Embry first and Donna a lot later, we'll probably do it the other way around now. Seventh place is worth 6 points. So we're now only 3 behind Verstappen overall. And he is still in 19th place. And his tyres are struggling now. Tyres are really struggling. He's going to be boxing very soon. Then he'll be unleashed once he gets into clean air. Oh, we got hit.
Where possible to discharge the battery a little bit.
Now what's happened with Gasly?
Didn't damage
there?
the car.
Now just keep your eyes on
I think
Gasly.
this was Gasly's fault, but let's have a look.
Cars jostling for position. Has to be said.
Don't know,
that was
we might have
pretty
squeezed him.
risky.
It's hard
I
to tell
imagine
from
their
that angle.
confidence will have taken a knock.
How the game is going to decide is anyone's guess. Could be a racing incident, could be a penalty. We will get through. What's it done to her confidence? Not much. That's good. Has hurt the tyres a little bit. There we go. No penalties. Yes. I'm okay with that.
Can use overtake.
We're now 1 point behind Max Verstappen. Can we go 1 point ahead? Can we get Hajar? No. That's all right. Oh, we might still get him here.
Reminder on the battery.
We do.
And overtake is available. And recharge on now is okay.
Let's try and complete that move if we can.
Charge on, charge on.
And we can have recharge on.
All right, we'll sit here in 6th. Now we'll have another crack. Not quite. Another opportunity up the inside, just like last time. Only this time I'm prepared for it. Oh, god damn. All right, let's just charge the battery because we're stopping soon.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Max is in. He's gone hard tyres. So he won't be going to the end on those, I don't think. He'll be going for a set of softs at the end. We are losing ground with Donna. Not surprising given the state of the tyres now, but she is still keeping Gasly behind. And let's see what kind of lap time Max can do now he's got fresh rubber. To wait till the end of the next lap. And there goes Joe. We're going to go... Okay, Belichick, Sonoda and Sainz are in. This is the lap we're going to box Donna. We're going to box Embry next lap.
Box, 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 box.
Box now. recharge on.
Just making sure I don't get lunged by Piastri. Those hard tyres are going to be helping him out now compared to the cars in front of him.
Recharge on.
And then we go with Donna. So we may get undercut by the cars that stopped a lap earlier than us. 2.3s, good stop for the last race of the season. I'll settle with that.
Focus on reaction time and no full throttle before pit exit.
And recharge on.
We get out just in front of Sonoda.
Charge on now.
We're going to be under threat. Eyes on at the temperature.
And you can pick up the pace. Overtake available.
Get the DRS. Can we retake the place? It's going to be a fight to the line. We haven't got him, so we'll top up the battery instead. 2.2, good stop for Embry.
Clear at exit.
He's going to come out behind Joe. Only just, so she'll get DRS.
And overtake is available.
We look after the tires.
So Max is doing 127s. Not that much quicker than the cars at the front. They are hard tyres, so they don't have great pace, but they are very durable. Embry got ahead of Joe. A bit of pushing. Hajar is boxing. Have we managed to undercut Hajar?
Ocon has also pitted.
There's for sure. Max spent an eternity behind. And we have easily jumped Hajar. In fact, we might even be close. Here, yeah, not too far away. Yuki should close that gap up. And we're along for the ride.
Charge on.
Still fighting with Zhou, but we've caught the cars in front. We'll get the DRS. I think Zhou will get it as well, though. We've got the battery. There we we go, back up into 11th place, and we hold him off as well. Lovely stuff. Right, let's calm those tyres down a bit.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
Russell's into the pits. So he's going for an extra lap over Charles Leclerc. Or going for a lap earlier than Charles Leclerc. Bashura's in, so that's one less car in front of Embry to deal with. Means we've got a clean run, hopefully, on Stroll.
So recharge on.
Donna and Snowder still squabbling.
Charge on.
There we go, get the move done up the inside before the DRS even opens. And we are away.
Recharge on.
Let's get past Yuki. Let's go after Isaac.
Okay, we need some deploy. Cool the car.
Got enough battery now to sustain a push for another lap. And Joe snuck past us, that's fine, we will push the battery.
And recharge on is okay, please.
Charge the battery, sorry, not push it. And let's see if we can close the gap to Isaac. The Stroll boxes. So we got past him just before he stopped, that's good.
Very good.
New fastest lap for Donna. Max up to 17th. Doing 126. A bit more like it. Leclerc has still stayed out. I'm a little surprised by that. Joe goes past Maloney.
Charge on.
And Leclerc finally boxes. He's going onto hard tyres. That could be a one-stop attempt. Let's see what Albon does. They're going to do 34 laps on those tyres. Yeah, it's doable, but they're not going to be great at the end. Belichak's now setting a fastest lap. Where are we at the moment? Okay, we are still in DRS range. Still getting some battery in the car. Closing in on Gasly. Gasly stopped? No, Gasly has not stopped. So if we want to get Embry into peak confidence, we kind of need to get past Gasly here. So let's go into battery deployment.
Press overtake.
Make sure we get this move done. Maybe, if we're lucky, we might even get Joe as well. And there's Charles Leclerc in front of us. Ollie Behrman boxes now. So Norris and Piastri still to stop because they're started on the hard tyres. So we're currently in net P3 right now with Embry. Max up to 14th place. The closer he gets the points, the higher Embry's going to have to finish.
And recharge on now is okay, please.
Donna locked in this perpetual battle here with Yuki Tsunoda. She holds him off, but I don't have the resources to go after Hajar and Joe yet. New fastest lap for Max Verstappen. That's ominous. He's starting to find some pace. He's up to 13th. We're currently on for 10 points, so we will beat Max by 1 point if the race were to finish right now. Let's work on building Donna's battery back up. We can't really do much without it at the moment. We are hunting down Norris. Piastri is being hunted by his teammate as well.
And we can have recharge on, please.
Charge on.
Leclerc's just gapped us slightly, so we're going to have to use a bit of battery here to get back in. And to hold off Isaac behind. There we go.
Recharge on.
Can I go really aggressive here, actually?
Can use overtake.
Can I catch out the pair of them? Well, I can certainly get past Norris. That was important to get that move done. Puts another car between me and Isaac. Norris is going to go for a little while yet before he boxes, so definitely need that extra buffer.
Do you want to manage our tyre battery?
Oh, no, wait, Max has got the... oh, he hasn't got the fastest lap point yet. He's got the fastest lap. But... let's see. Standings. So, let's see. Embry has 4 wins. Max has 5. Yeah, so if it finishes tied, Max will win the head-to-head. If he gets into the top 10, he's got a bonus point for that fastest lap. But Embry's up to 4th. And that's worth 12 points. So we will still be a point ahead if Max gets into the points in 10th. 2 points ahead.
Oh, you can use the deploy.
Need to close the gap on the cars in front. Being dogged by Sonoda all the way through at the moment. See if we can drop him. Especially with Joe being held up by Norris right now. This is our best opportunity to get onto them quickly. I think Joe's going to get past here. There he goes.
Let's try to get him.
Can I get closer to make a move on Norris? I don't think I can. That's why I'm burning the tyre. Nope, I can't.
Manage your tires. Charge, John.
And recharge on.
Russell is through and away. Oscar is now being hunted down. He's going to be boxing very, very soon. Another lap or two.
You're good to push.
Got a yellow flag. Was that a mistake for someone? For sure, running wide.
Now with the Haas. That's...
Oh, yeah, he
no,
bounced
that's
over that
not
curve,
quite
didn't
what
he?
they would have wanted.
Always makes me chuckle when I see that weird transition. Invisible obstacle course.
We have to protect those tires. Just keep looking after your tires.
So Piastri is going one more lap.
Time to push on these tyres.
And I'm just going to go around the outside of him. He's got no grip left. There's no way he could fight that off. And we're up into third place.
Okay, you can pick up the pace.
Norris now, I think, is out of DRS range as well. Maybe he's just snuck back in. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. Damn it.
Okay, keep cooling the car now.
All right, well, if he's going to stay in there, that's fine.
One click overtake available.
Recharge on.
Just going to get my battery full, and then I'm going to try and break away from Charles. Oscar stayed out again. Thought he would have boxed on this lap. Is that Max in the background? That is Max in the background in 13th there. So I have to get past Norris.
We need to push. Charge on. Charge on. Cool the car.
Get him on the brakes. There we go. Finally got the move done.
Just manage your
As
tires.
Oscar finally boxes.
And overtake is available.
Charge on.
25 laps to go. He's going to go for the one stop. Charles is pushing to get away from us and to get onto George. We're not going to stand for that. This is our fastest lap attempt to take that bonus point away from Max. We can take it with Embry. That's a 2-point swing.
No need for anti-deploy. Battery is full.
We go up the inside. Purple in the middle sector. We're still stuck behind Joe, but this is the lap where we're going to try and push past him at speed.
On click overtake this.
The fastest lap. Yep, there we go.
This is his fastest lap.
1:23.5. That's a good lap as well.
Just be careful with this tyre. If you can, push.
And there we go. We should get the DRS now on Joe.
Okay, to pick up the pace.
Plus the inside line. Clean acceleration out of that turn there. And we're off. 4.5 seconds to make up to catch a jar. We are not breaking away from Charles Leclerc. I'm not that surprised by that. We are massively hunting down George Russell though. Gap now under 3 seconds.
And recharge on.
Again, we're going to try and stretch this stint just an extra lap or so, just to give us a little bit more wiggle room, a little bit more freedom with the softs at the end. Because we're going to have to push hard if we want to get back onto George and Charles. We still haven't broken away from Joe. Max into the points, is in 9th place. So Max is going to score 3 points in this Grand Prix, which puts
What are you
him
doing?
11 points ahead. Embry is on for 16 right now. So she will be 5 points, 5 points clear. But we still have another stop. Max might try and take those tyres to the end. Don't know if he will. Seen the AI do weird things with strategy before. We've finally dropped Joe. Only a second or so behind Hajar now. But Claire's got back through. Let's refill the battery again. Let's turn the tyres
So,
down.
recharge on, please. No need to push the tyres.
Charge on.
And now we can rebuild that battery that we've just drained with Donna. Now that we are in the DRS of Isaac. Just checking with Verstappen. There he is. Tsunoda behind him, closing in on Carlos Sainz. Almost thought I saw a lockup from Max for a second then. At the end of the straight into the banked curve. Let's save
Give us
a little bit of fuel so that we can push hard on the softs. Max has got through.
Now is okay, please.
So Max now on for 5 points. We're 1 point ahead of him at the moment. No, 2 points ahead of him still. And yeah, our pace has either dropped off dramatically or Leclerc's had a blistering lap. I think it might be a little bit of both. See what they do across the line. 125.1, 124. Well, yeah, Leclerc went for it. And we had a slow lap as well.
One 100% pace now.
Oh, contact was that? Or was that just sparks? I thought we'd lost a chunk of our rear wing for a second then. It was just sparks. Panicking is like, no! Don't do that, Donna, because that will drop behind Verstappen and put the pressure on Embry even more. Right, Donna's going to box next lap. Embry's going to go 2 laps. God, she's now 4.5 seconds behind the front two.
Push now on the tires.
And there goes Hajar into the pits. Sides into the pits. Max is very, very close to us now.
Box.
Right, final stops are in.
And confirming boxes lap.
There is Max. He is on a bit of a tear, but I don't think he can go to the end. His tyre's down to 40% now. I think he's going to be stopping in the next couple of laps as well. He'll put on a set of scrub softs, I would imagine. Hopefully they won't be brand new.
Charge on.
And he's just losing so much time right now. She starts her final lap before she boxes. In comes Donna. We did not give DRS to Max, so we'll let him and Albon fight. Sonoda coming into the pits behind us. .1, excellent stop. Now, where is Hajar? Second quickest stop. Oh, there he is, with Norris right behind.
You've got everything. Press on hold available.
He's got past Norris. Can we hold him off? Good stop, yeah, very, very good stop. One of our best of the season. Embry's in now. Can we repeat that?
Need to drop the pace.
2.2, it's another good stop. It's not quite as good, but it's not far off. It's certainly good enough. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1, someone running wide.
Now it looks like, yes.
Oh no, Albon's crashed. Now. Is this going to bring out a VSC? Or did he get going again? He got going again, I think. He did. Didn't destroy his rear wing, but look at his front wing's missing a huge chunk there. This will be an easy, quick overtake here for Albon, on Albon. Get past Behrman with the DRS.
Need to drop the pace.
And recharge on.
Oh shit, getting blocked. Leclerc is in. So Leclerc's not going to the end either. Ah, now that is problematic. What about George? George might not make it either. Max and Joe and Albon are all going to be boxing probably this lap.
You can keep the pace up on these compounds.
Albon stayed out.
Press overtake.
Punch our way through. Hajar set the new fastest lap. I don't know if we can beat that here. but we'll try. We haven't got DRS with Embry on anybody. How far behind Leclerc are we? Oh, wow. 7.5 seconds behind. Stroll sets the fastest for 1:23.0. Chasing down Max at the moment. No purple sectors, that's to be expected. Without the DRS in those opening 2 sectors. Could have a strong final sector though. We are eating up the time between us and Max here. And it was a new set of softs for Charles Leclerc as well. Okay. George though still hasn't stopped. That is the new fastest lap. 1:22.7, 0.3 quicker than Stroll.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
Lift off for the fuel.
Albon is still out there and he got back in front of me again. God damn it. How is he so quick with no tyres and half a wing? He's going to be boxing this lap, surely. I've got to get past him.
Where possible to discharge the battery a little bit. Keep cooling the car.
There we go, back into peak confidence. George is in.
Charge on.
That's a good stop.
And we can have recharge on, please.
He's going to have lost some time. Max stays out. Joe stays out. There is Embry. Right behind the pair of them.
Just be careful with this tyre.
Russell will get out in front of Embry. I don't think we're going to get the win tonight, but as long as we outscore Max, that's all that matters. Because even with tyres in the lowest pace setting and battery in harvest, we out-drag Joe there. So much more grip right now. Can we do the same to Max? And overtaking without really trying. Yes, we can. Works for me.
On.
So, is Max going to box?
Okay, focus on recharge.
Tyres at 27%. No. Is he going to try and go to the end? I think he might try and hang on. His pace is going to drop dramatically. There's a load of cars coming to gobble him up. I think that is it for Max. I think we've done enough. As things currently stand, we are on for 16 points with Embry. Max is on for 12 plus the pole position lap. So he's on for 13. So Max will finish 5 points ahead of us as things currently stand. But Max is already 2.5 seconds behind Embry. He's been overtaken by Hajar. Joe, Piastri and Donna are all lining up to make the move. It's surely just a matter of time. see he's struggling to stay with Hajar. He's staying out. He's going for it. He is going for it. He's down to 10 points. +1 for the pole. That's 11. We're still at 16. So he's still 3 points ahead of us in the standings. Oh, man. Out of the way, Oscar. As we get past Joe, and we get past Oscar, and there is Verstappen.
Time to push on these tyres.
And Joe boxes. Joe gives up the ghost. He's like, nope, these tyres are dead. He's trying to get off them. He's going mediums. Does he not have any softs to use? Why? Would he not have softs that could do 11 laps? He must have hammered his tyres. We've already got past Max. Didn't even see that move. Where did he get caught? Oh, here into turn 1.
It's there for the taking.
Just no grip. No grip for Verstappen.
And 5th place after that.
It's the corners that are going to kill him. He'll be fine on the straights. It's the corners that are going to kill him. So Max now down to 6th place. That is 9 points for him. 16 for us. That's 7 points. He's 1 point ahead of us. He will be 1 point behind as soon as Oscar gets him.
Let's go for a push.
We've deliberately just upped the pace slightly there with Donna. So Max, if he stays out, is now going to be vulnerable. He is staying out. He's going for it. He's going to go to the end. He's going to try and go to the end. I'm expecting Oscar to swoop around the outside of him, maybe. Thought about it. Max initially went to cover it, then covered the inside when Oscar changed his mind. So this is now just a matter of time. Oscar's got the run. Max down to 7th and now a point behind in the standings. Six points for the finish, seventh point for the pole position. That puts him 15 ahead. We are 16 points to the good in this Grand Prix, so that puts us 1 point ahead. And surely Castri's going to leave Max for dead. Tsunoda is coming. Max's tyres at 20%. Sainz and Tsunoda are going to get him before the end of this Grand Prix. And still Max is staying out there. He's hoping for a miracle to hang on to second. Hope he's not going to get it. I could be pushing with Donna, but I don't want to. I don't want to take that bonus point away from Embry. She needs it. But enough tyres to go to the end. I'm not going to go chasing after Leclerc and Russell. I don't want to risk making a mistake and locking up, damaging the tyres, damaging the car. I'm quite happy to settle for third. Just doing what I need to do. Would be nice to get Donna up past the jar, and she is closing. Max has dropped off the back of Oscar. That's pretty much it for him now. Tsunoda has taken a second out of him. Do not want to give him a way back into this Grand Prix. %, and he stays out again. Another second out of the gap. Now you see he is lapping 3 seconds slower than the race leaders at the moment. And look how quickly Tsunoda's on him. It's going to be a really straightforward overtake. There it is. Donna gets past Hajar, moves into fourth.
Keep the head down.
And immediately back down to third again. And it's all over for Max unless something stupid happens further up the grid. And it would have to be something monumental. It would have to be 2 or 3 cars involved.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Sainz now lining up Max. He might not even finish in the points at this rate. Norris is going to get him as well. Behrman's going to get him. Hell, even Belizak might get him at this point. Puncture. Max is it. That's it. It's done. Embry has secured second place in the standings. A puncture for Max Verstappen at the chicane.
Six laps to go.
He may well take the fastest lap from us now, but I really don't care.
If you can, push. Can use overtake.
We will not need liftoff.
And here comes Max into the pits. You watch him put on a brand new set of softs. Quick stop. brand new softs. I knew it. Oh my word.
5 laps to go.
Not the most intelligent artificial intelligence.
Drop the pace now, please.
Big lifts.
And he's going to be lightning fast. But it's too little too late. He is 19th and last and 12 seconds off the back of Bashaw, the slowest driver on the grid. So he would need to finish in sixth place. And he is 50 seconds, 48 seconds behind where he needs to finish with 5 laps to go.
Okay, and let's do a small lift off.
4 laps to go. Recharge on.
We've left Hajar behind. Max won't get lapped, he'll be way too quick for that. Verstappen's at the, Leclerc's at the other end of this straight. But he's going to be lapping so much quicker. Look how much time he's taken out of the short already. I'm almost certain he's going to take the fastest lap from us. Russell is pushing onto the back of Charles Leclerc. Got a little bit more life in the tyres. That could still be an interesting fight for the final win of the season. Can Leclerc get a win to ease the loss of his title to Donna? Max did a 1:23.1 on his out lap. On his out lap.
Three laps to go.
It really is going to be a barnstormer finish between these two here. We are not in the conversation at all. But I really don't care, because we've done what we needed to do. We've taken second from Max in the driver's standings, and in the end, pretty comfortably as well, thanks to some stupid strategy from Red Bull and Max. And now we have a potential barnstormer, humdinger of a last pair of laps. Can George hunt down Charles Leclerc? Can Leclerc win the final Grand Prix of the season as the current champion before he hands the crown over to Embry? He's the number 1 on his car for the final time. It's his only championship so far in this game. Max won it in 23, in 24 and 25. I think he won it in 26 as well. Donna won it in 20. Piastri won it in 27.
2 laps to go.
Behrman won it in 28. Leclerc won it in 29, and Embry has won it in 20. Donna has won it in 2030. And the gap has come back down again. 1.2 seconds, lapping within 3 thousandths of each other. George, I think, is pushing. He's not going to get the DRS, but he is catching a little bit of slipstream here. It's going to set up a very, very feisty final lap here. He can just keep closing that gap. We're 10 seconds away from this fight. We're not even in the conversation. But we've opened up a nice healthy gap over Isaac now. And that is under 1 second. Belajax gets past Lando Norris at 8th place. Max has not taken the fastest lap. And I don't think he's got the opportunity now. He's done a 1:23.0. Vasseur is hanging on. In fact, Vasseur moved past Ocon. Wow. Look at this. The gap is under a second as we hit the first of the DRS zones. It's going to come down to this next DRS zone. Russell is right on the gearbox now. And he makes the move. Max has got him covered. A little look at the inside for George. Couldn't quite get through on the inside either. Still fighting into the hotel complex. They're side by side. As they go under the sky bridge into the last 2 turns. Who is going to come out on top here? It's going to be a photo finish across the line, or is it? It's George. It's George. It says 0.00 on the clock, but I don't think it's going to be that. It's going to be something a little more. It's going to be a couple of hundredths, maybe. George takes it from Charles across the line.
P3. Great job, mate. Well done. P3.
Embry has done it. She's finished in 3rd. Max has got past Ocon in the end. And he gets past Vasseur.
Okay, we take the flag. That's before confirmed.
Donna comes home in 4th. What a great result for Ferrari as well. 1st and 6th, massive points for them tonight. Have they done enough in the pit stop competition to overhaul McLaren? Have we managed to inject ourselves in the conversation? We've had some quick stops tonight. Max will come home in 17th place and takes the fastest lap on the final lap. A 1:22.7, just to really rub it in. He got the DRS he needed. But what a finish that was. He couldn't have had a closer finish to our final ever race on F1 Manager 23.
That was an excellent performance. They set out with a great strategy and it paid off with an impressive podium finish.
It's hugs all round for the team. In fact, they all deserve a pat on the back as well for everything that they've achieved. So, Karun, with the garages full of activity, what's the mood like down at Aston Martin then?
They'll certainly be pleased to have made the podium. The job well done for sure.
Hugs all round.
That then concludes our time here in Abu Dhabi.
And that's it for this.
Let's see what the actual classification was for the time difference across the line.
Gearing up for another year of thrilling F1 action.
George takes the win by 0.09 of a second. Less than a tenth. What a finish. Charles in 2nd place will bow out with a podium. Embry and Donna both up 9 places each. 3rd and 4th. Embry securing the 2nd place in the driver's standings behind her teammate Donna, who is the drivers' world champion. We have won the Constructors' Championship as well. And let's see. Isaac up 5 places for 5th. Good result for him. Oscar down a couple of places into 6th, but still massive points for Ferrari tonight. Tsunoda and Norris both up 8 places. Zhou down 4, but it's 2 cars in the top 10 for Mercedes. That could be important in our fight in the in the pits. Well, no, it's going to have a bearing on the constructor standings. I can't remember who is pushing who. Williams get more points as well. Belichick look at that, up 5 places to take 2 points. Let's look a little bit further down. And you see Sainz in 11th. Behrman having a disappointing race, down 7 places to finish in 12th. That could have a significant impact on how Alfa Romeo finish in the standings. Although AlphaTauri haven't had a great finish themselves. Where was Porsche in the end? Oh, Porsche retired early, didn't he? Yeah, Porsche went out. Brought out that early VSC. So, yeah, pretty much a disastrous final race of the season then for AlphaTauri, with Porsche not finishing. Stroll gaining 5 places, but outside of the points. Maloney gets his Haas up into 14th. Albon down 13 places. Not a great race for him. In 15th, then it's Gasly in 16th. Max down in 17th. Does take the fastest lap on the final lap of the Grand Prix, but a bizarre strategy choice. All brought about because of that early lockup that dropped him to the back of the grid and damaged his mediums. Changed his strategy, and he should have boxed for softs way earlier than he did. Never mind, eh? For sure, up 2 places to finish in 18th, ahead of Esteban Ocon. I am very surprised that for sure was not last in this Grand Prix. And of course, we've said Porsche did not finish. Let's have a look then at the final standings in the Drivers' Championship. Now you see Donna wins the title, 386 points, 81 points ahead of Embry, who finished in second, ahead of Max by 6 points in the end. Then it's Charles Leclerc in 4th place, closed the gap back up to Max to 21 points in the end, but was too far behind. George, with his 4th win of the season, gets 25 points, but too far behind to hurt Leclerc. Comfortably ahead of Lando Norris, who was never going to switch places with him. Oscar Piastri in 7th, couldn't overhaul Lando in the end, although he did close the gap to just 6 points in the end. Porsche in 8th, no points for him. Achar closed the gap, but stays 9th in the end on 124 points. Zhou gets himself into the top 10 at the final event by 1 point from Ollie Behrman, who failed to score, and it cost him. It cost him so much. So Yuki Tsunoda there in 12th place, ahead of Lance Stroll, Carlos Sainz, Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Albon, Belichick, Maloney, and for sure the only driver who did not score. In the constructor standings, we'd already won the constructor standings, constructors tournament. We finish on 691 points. That is 114 points clear of Red Bull in the end. Ferrari comfortably in 3rd on 425. McLaren do just hang on to 4th place. The points that Norris scored, the lack of points from Behrman in the end, meant it was just too much for Alfa Romeo to regain 4th spot in the standings there. AlphaTauri left in 6th place on 192. Mercedes did close the gap, but they were too far back to really do anything about it. Alpine stay 8th. Williams pick up another couple of points, but they're a distant 9th, 40 points behind Alpine. And Haas just 4 points this season. So let's take a look at the pit stops. George had the quickest stop. We had the 2nd quickest stop and the 4th quickest stop. Red Bull only 3rd and 6th. AlphaTauri only getting 1 car in there because Porsche didn't make it for the first round of pit stops. That could be huge. That could have a massive impact on the driver's standings, on the pit stop standings. Did Piastri get in there? No, he did not. Both Mercedes did. Both Alpines did. No McLaren. Ferrari will have taken the points from McLaren. there are the standings. Red Bull top with 821 points, 320 points clear of AlphaTauri in second. Ferrari do move up into third place on 230 points. We move up to fourth. McLaren down 2 places in the end. Alpine stays sixth. Mercedes closed the gap, but they couldn't quite overcome a little bit too much. But we make fourth in the standings, and in the end we're only 12 points behind Ferrari. Had Ferrari not won that competition, had George not got points, or even anywhere near that many points, we could have even caught Ferrari. What a great final race for our pit crew tonight. Let's see what those stops were. A 2.3 in the first stop, a 2.1 for Donna in the second stop there, and both stops for Embry, 2.2, just 5 thousandths between the pair of them there. Fantastic stuff from our pit crew. Let's have a look at the report cards. 20 and 13 going forward for Donna. That's more like what we're used to seeing in her attack numbers. 22 and 10 in defense as well. Very solid going forward. Very solid in defense. And let's have a look at Embry. 17 and 15. She finishes with positive attacking numbers. That is great to see. And 9 and 6 in defense as well. Excellent stuff. What a great way to finish our time with F1 Manager 23. So we spent 10 million on new engines. We are very, very much past the cost cap now. That couldn't really be avoided. Well, it could have been avoided, but I felt it was the right call to put new engines in. And given the pace of the cars around us, I still think it was the right call. Sponsors. Let's see how we did with the sponsors. So we got nothing for the fastest lap, but no penalty was the incentive. Max obviously stealing it at the last there. There is the 1 car in Q2 reward, and then the guarantees. We got the finish position of 2 in the top 6. We got both cars into Q3. We got both cars in the top 8. Did I say top 8 in quali? Or top 10? I can't remember. We got the finish position streak and we got the quali streak as well. So we lose a lot of money. As you can see, we lose 4 million overall. But we managed to negate the cost of one of those engines with our sponsorship income. Evening, Zane. Why is it the last dance? Because this is it. This is the end of our time with F1 Manager 23. There will be no more streams of F1 Manager 23 after this one is finished. But it's not finished yet. We still have a little bit more to do. Let's see. Cost cap fine. Yes, not surprising. We exceeded the cost cap by 7 million. We'll get another fine in December as well. That's fine. We've got plenty of cash. You can see we've got 38 mil at the moment. Design and manufacture has now been locked out, but that's fine. Let's see. How did the cars make it through? We did have some failed parts, failed side pods on both cars, a rear wing and a suspension. Doesn't matter. We're done. Let's see the 2030 championship results. Donna is victorious in the driver standings. Max in third, Embry in second, and Aston Martin winning the championship. Ferrari third, Red Bull second. There are the final standings. Once again, let's see. Werner Fischer does win the F2 championship ahead of Zach O'Sullivan and Jock Brown. Sylvie Rowland did finish in fourth in the end. So a good season for her. Juno in fifth place as well, Juno Boucher. So 2 other promising young women drivers there. Let's see what the board thought. Disappointed with finances, as you would expect. Why are they only happy? Oh, because we failed the Constructors' Championship objective last season. That's a bit frustrating, but that will clear off at the end of the year. Look at that run of 4 we've been on in the second half of the season. Amazing. High confidence with the board. We ended up with 18 races with a podium finish this season out of the 6 that we needed. And we absolutely destroyed our season objective of finishing in 4th by winning the Constructors' Championship by a fair old margin in the end. Let's have a little recap. So, first race of the season. And they see we got a point with Donna, no points for Embry. And we were a fair way off the pace. 18.5 seconds with Donna, 22.5 with Embry. If we move to Jeddah for round 2, Donna getting a podium. I actually remember this. We qualified really well and then had a nightmare of a Grand Prix. And in this one, we didn't qualify quite so well, but we had a great result with a podium. So you can see Donna taking 2nd place there and almost getting Charles Leclerc across the line, nearly getting the win. Not a great race for Embry. She DNF'd, smashed up the car. Into Melbourne. Not on the podium this time. Not a great race for us again, Melbourne. 7th and 10th, but mistakes were made, and again, a long way off the pace. 24 seconds for Embry, 32.5 seconds for Donna. Definitely needed to find something. I was hoping we'd get our first win at Baku. Didn't even make the podium, which was, again, one of those races where we just made mistakes. We ended up finishing 5th and 7th in the end, but the performance was coming to us. We were starting to find some pace. Into Miami, we get back on the podium for the 2nd time in the year. 3rd place for Donna there, 5th place for Embry. And that gap to the front runners was starting to come down. Then came Imola, and we got a fantastic result. We got ourselves a 1-2, a comfortable 1-2 as well, as you can see. Into Monte Carlo, no podium, another dodgy race. Donna in 5th place, 20 seconds behind Max. Embry, 12th place and a lap down. Just weather, if I remember, being our Achilles heel at Monaco. On to Spain. Embry gets her first win of the season. Donna down in 5th place. Then we went to Montreal, and it's Donna taking top step this time. Very, very close. Just about holding off George across the line. But if I remember rightly, it was a DNF. Yep, there we go. Embry out in 17th and failing to finish with just 1 lap to go as well. 1 lap to go. And then we go to Austria and we get ourselves a 1-2. There you see. Pretty nice result there. The car was really starting to come into its own by now. Silverstone, not a great race for us at Silverstone. I had high hopes and it just didn't materialise. 4th with Donna. She wasn't too far off the pace, but we never really looked like we could challenge for the win. We were always just trying to hang on, and Embry not having a great race. 15 seconds off. Budapest, back to winning ways again. Back to 1-2s. Holding off Lando. This is when McLaren was still scoring points. Look at that. Both of them in the top 10. Lando on the podium. And it's around this point that McLaren started to really slip in terms of performance. And they never, ever really recovered from that. They just kept falling further and further. Spa, again, shocking race for Donna. In the end, 6th overall. 3rd place for Embry. She had a decent result, but Donna's race was way too eventful. Too many mistakes. Zandvoort, we get back on the podium again with 2nd place for Donna, 7th place for Embry, but Embry was a long way off, as you can see, 23 seconds off the pace. And then Monza, we did get the win at Monza, a win for Donna, a comfortable win in the end, 5.5 seconds out of Norris. Another disappointing race for Donna. For Embry. Mistakes were made, down to 23 seconds behind. Singapore. It was a win for Max. Embry in 2nd place, 9.5 seconds off. Donna having a bit of a shocking race, 24 seconds off the pace. This is where Embry's form started to turn. This is where she started to improve. She got second place in Singapore. She got second place again in Suzuka. And another bad race for Donna, down in 16th place, 47.5 seconds off the pace in the end. Embry 6 seconds behind George across the line, but ahead of Max. LaSalle back to dominant performance. There, a 1-2 in the sprint and a 1-2 in the race, if memory serves. And a pretty comfortable result in the end. As you can see, Max in third, 6.5 seconds off of Embry, 3 seconds behind Donna. Austin, we wiped the floor with everybody. We made it look easy. We won the sprint with a 1-2, Embry first, Donna second, and repeated that again in the main Grand Prix. 4.5 seconds ahead of Max, but it could have been more. We just paced ourselves, took it easy, didn't need to do anything too ridiculous. And yeah, a very, very good result for us. Then came Mexico. Donna with a win. Embry with a disappointing Grand Prix, as you can see. All sorts of problems with Embry in that race, but somehow we managed to fight her back up into 10th place at the death there. Taking Oscar Piastri on the final lap, if memory serves, to secure the 2 in the top 10 that we promised the sponsors, and the position gain as well for Embry. Sao Paulo, a race I thought would be really, really bad for us, actually turned out to be pretty decent. Second place for Embry, 4th place for Donna. Bit of a difficult race for Donna, but Embry almost getting past Oscar despite the wet weather. Into Vegas, and it was a win for Embry. Donna in 5th place, very, very close behind, as you can see. Just 2 seconds separating the top 5 there, as Embry was able to hold off Behrman across the line. And then tonight's Grand Prix. Third on the podium again with Embry, and you can see a recurring theme. It's Embry finishing above Donna in these last series of races. Her form really picked up, and we did kind of help a little bit with that by putting Donna into a rear gunner role once the title was looking like it was going to happen, and then once it was confirmed for definite as well. But yeah, what a great championship run we've had this season. First and second in the Drivers' Championship, first in the Constructors' standings, and we actually managed to get up to 4th in the pit stops as well. Let's advance time. We are going to see what next season's grid actually looks like, and I want to see that magical image of a number 1 on our car. Get an email from Christian. We blew them out the water a little bit this season, can't deny that. I can call it a lucky break, though. No, you can't. We blew you out the water. You are right with that statement there. Yes, let's sponsor Emily, young female driver. It's the first time we've been offered a female sponsorship. Absolutely going to jump on that, even though we're never going to see her. Okay, then let's have a look. Staffing situation is all taken care of. Everyone's signed and secured. Driver changes. Drivers are secured. No need to do anything there. Upcoming board review. The board still has high confidence despite the fines. That's good. Driver development updates. Donna gained a point in cornering and a point in smoothness. Embry gained a point in smoothness and 2 points in overtaking. No wonder she was so much better in the final Grand Prix. And how did Anne do? Anne gained another point in smoothness and another point in overtaking as well. Pit crew training. We're just going to let them have time off. Cost cap fine, another 2.9 mil. still got over 40 million in the bank. Pierre's rating goes up to a 93 overall. Scouts aren't doing anything. That's fine. There's only one scout on the books. You know what? Let's go back. Let's just take a look. We've got 10 days. Let's scout her. Just see what her stats are. We've just sponsored her. Let's at least have a look at her stats. HER period ending soon. Yep, it's fine. Let's have a look. So she is 21 years old. This is her rookie season, I think. Yeah, her rookie season. She finished 10th. Got 2 podiums. Let's have a look. So not bad in the pace stats. Definitely room for a lot of improvement. Consistency, accuracy is not great. Control's not great. Smoothness is pretty atrocious. Good adaptability, good overtaking, good defending. So she has the potential to become a much better driver over time. Shame we won't get the chance to see that. I'm curious what impact the sponsoring actually does as well. The factory's on fire. That's fine. Too many celebrations going on. All the fireworks going off. Someone hit a fuse box. Right, season review. We finished 4th in the DHL fastest pit stop competition. That's worth $8.1 million. High confidence from the board. Donna wins the Drivers' World Championship with 386 points. Embry second with 305 points. The team first in the Constructors with 691 points. Team rating does not go up. What? That's ridiculous. Well, oh, it might have done. It has gone up, but we're only 3 stars. Okay. So there you see our performance review. Our target position was 4th in the Constructors. We finished in 1st. We needed to score podiums in 6 races. We did it in 18, and we did it with 2 seasons to spare. Our team principal rating maxes out at 1,000 at the very end there. That's not bad considering our team rating was, 8 or 4 or something like that at the end of... It was 8 points at the end of, season 3. So, yeah, that's really improved dramatically there. The Constructors rating for the team has jumped up from 556 to 682. Look at the driver increase there. Over 100-point gain in the team, in the driver rating there. That's massive. Heritage goes from 4 to 10 now that we've won the title. Team rating has gone up from 587 to 831. Big improvement there. And the board obviously delighted with that. Gives us an extra 1.5 million. Regulation changes are kicking in. There you can see big changes up and down the board. This team is going to be utter dog shit next season. The car's going to be awful. So, we are going to accept the new target. I'm just going to quickly whiz through all of this. Confirm. There it is. Donna's car with the number 1 plastered all over the front of the nose. How bad is this car? Oh, it's bad. It's bad. We're down almost a kilometre in speed. The acceleration's appalling. Our DRS is down to 49%. It's only 3% lower than the average. Downforce is not good at all. Dirty air tolerance is 5% off the average. Brakes are only a couple of percent off. Engine cooling is about 5% off. Yeah. not a good car. But we didn't do any research, so I'm not at all surprised by that. Right. An extra point in overtaking in the final month of the season there for Donna, for Embry. 2 more, another point for Anne, and a point in reactions as well. New regulation changes are in. Blah 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 blah. Let's just shit! I didn't save. Never mind. All right, let's advance a day. Just to get the email. Here we go. Joe has signed for Red Bull. Wow. I did not see that coming. Joe has signed to partner Max Verstappen. Wow. Manuel Gauthier is the reserve. Let's have a look at Ferrari. George and Lando stay where they are. Maloney has gone to McLaren. Oscar stays at Ferrari. Ocon's gone. Hiroshi Anishi and Matthias Alvarez are the reserves. Alfa Romeo and Alfa Tauri. We're going to see some changes here, I think. Hajar and Behrman stay at Alfa Romeo. Pourchaire and Ocon are the lineup at Alfa Tauri. Stroll has gone. Jack Crawford remains at Alfa Romeo as the reserve. Jacob Lester is the reserve for Alfa Tauri. Mercedes and Alpine. Who has gone to... It's got to be. Surely Charles Leclerc has gone to Mercedes to replace Joe. Yuki Tsunoda stays in the top seat. Alpine have signed Schumacher. Schumacher's back on the grid. Belisax is still at Mercedes. What? Belisax has gone to Mercedes. What? I don't get that. Gasly is still at Alpine. So Sainz is gone. Jock Brown, Arthur Coolstock is at the reserve there. Williams, Beganovic takes the number 1 slot. So is Albon gone? Or is Albon in car 2? Soloff is in the car for Haas. Albon is in car 2. Vasseur is in car 2 at Haas. Juno Boucher has got herself onto the grid as a reserve driver. Is Charles even on the grid? No. Charles isn't even on the grid. Sainz isn't on the grid. Who else is off the grid? What is going on with the driver market? Charles Leclerc, 33 years old, in free agency. Stroll in free agency, 32 years old. Sainz in free agency, 36 years old, down to an 84. Wow, his stats have really declined. I'm sure there's a couple of other drivers I'm forgetting about. But I can't believe that. Zhou went to Mercedes. Sorry, went to Red Bull. Red Bull decided not to renew Charles Leclerc's contract. And instead went for Guan Yu Zhou. And Mercedes didn't capitalize on that availability to sign Charles Leclerc. Instead, signed Vladimir Belisax. I mean, he's improved. He has definitely improved. Let's take a look at his stats. They actually look pretty decent. His reactions aren't amazing, but he's got good cornering, good braking. His accuracy 83, control and smoothness in the 90s, adaptability in the 90s, overtaking and defending the weakest areas. He's definitely improved, but my God, I can't believe that Leclerc is out of a drive. Signed Leclerc and Sainz for Aston Martin. Nope. No. Let me have a look actually at Leclerc's stats. 95 overall. 99 in cornering, 96 in braking, 93 in reactions, accuracy 95, 94 control, smoothness 87. His weakest stat is 87. And 91 adaptability, overtaking 95, defending 94. I've got to compare him to Max. So he beats Max in cornering. Max has a 99 braking, 94 control, 92 smoothness, 98 adaptability, 97 overtaking, 100 defending. Yeah, he never lets anyone through because he just pushes them off the track. 89 reactions, 91 accuracy. Both a 95 overall. Wow. Yeah, I'm massively surprised by that. Massively surprised by that. That Leclerc couldn't get a seat on the grid with a profile like that. That's insane. Right, well, there we go. That is it. That is the end of The Last Dance. We have finished Season 8 of Hardcore Mode. We've finished 10 and a half seasons worth of content on this game. And there will be no more. We will be back on Tuesday for a first look live stream. I'll be starting that at 7 p.m. in the UK. A first look live stream of F1 Manager 24. Assuming the game is live at 7 p.m, it should be. We will be primarily just exploring some options in terms of liveries, looking at the various different settings. We will probably do some of the pre-order deluxe edition scenarios. The new series will be starting at some point. I'm not sure when, but it won't be on Tuesday. The new series will be starting a few days after. Might even be the following Monday. I don't know yet. But we will be back on Tuesday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Try not to chew your fingernails too much waiting for F1 Manager to install and go live. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching all of my F1 Manager 23 content. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you come back for F1 Manager 24. If you are new to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. If you have enjoyed the content, why not think about dropping a like on there as well. And I will see you all with some F1 Manager 24 very soon.